Hey, what's good? About a year ago, I made this video talking about how contractors from other countries are being brought here to do the jobs that we used to. All of those jobs are being outsourced to people that aren't from here. I'll leave a link to that video here, up here, and I'll also leave it in the description of this video. Well, last night, Trump was on with Laura Ingraham over on the Fox News channel. And so they have the highlights, and we're going to go take a look at those right now. Before we do, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. So yeah, this morning I was on Instagram while I was eating breakfast. And I saw this story on Instagram, and so I did a stitch, and I talked about how I talked about this video, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, since you can't say the sky is blue without someone arguing with you, someone decided to argue with me. Talking about something to the effect of, well, here you go again, looking at these clips without full context. So we're going to take a look at Fox News and see what they put out there to see if we get full context. Let's see what they have to say.
The one thing Republicans have to do to win the midterms, plus making the fake vindictive news pay. Here's part 2 of my exclusive interview.
Fake vindictive news.
Are you going ahead and suing the BBC?
Well, I guess I have to. You know, why not? Because
Hang on, before we go too far. Yeah, the fake vindictive news, but yet this is the news channel that, in one occasion, they were told in court, it was said that they are entertainment, not news, and then they got sued for being a pack of liars. So we're going to go into this with that in mind. Not my opinion. That's what happened. All right, let's go.
Are you going ahead and suing the BBC?
well, I guess I have to. You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public, and they've admitted it, and they're top echelon.
Director General
and this
and
is
CEO.
Says the guy who has a new ballroom. He's gotten busted for defrauding Americans. Listen to what I'm telling you. He's gotten busted for a fake school, Trump University. He's gotten busted for lying on, you know, those, what is it, 36, 38 counts that, you know, all that stuff. And then people are like, oh, they exaggerated what, okay, fine. But it all boils down to the fact that he lied on legal paperwork. You can't lie on banking paperwork. Well, let me say it like this. I can't lie on paperwork without having to pay the price. This dude lies on paperwork. And then the other real estate people from New York were like, oh, everybody does it. What are we doing? So everybody breaks the rules, so then that means everybody gets to break the rules. This dude he had some crappy water thing, he had some crappy steak thing, he's a salesman. He's a salesman, and he's selling you guys on the stuff that he just continues to lie to you, and you guys think that it's true. And he's going to go on and talk about this stuff on a channel that got busted for lying. Moving on.
one of our great allies. You know, this is supposedly our great ally, BBC. The government has a chunk of that one, I guess. But that's a pretty sad event. They actually changed my January 6th speech, which was a beautiful speech, which was a very calming speech, and they made it sound radical. And they actually changed it. What they did was rather incredible. They're showing me the results later on, the results of what they did, how they butchered it up. But it was very dishonest, and the head man quit, and a lot of the other people
We're actually going to play it right now.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
It's so
And
peaceful.
we fight.
Yeah.
We fight like hell.
So
And if you
peaceful.
don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
So peaceful.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
But tonight you are saying to our viewers that you will go forward and file a defamation lawsuit against the BBC.
Well, I think I have an obligation to do it because you can't you can't allow people to do that. I couldn't allow.
And it's crazy to when you're dealing with the bully, they do this. They talk with aggression, but then the words that they use, and I forget, there's a term that it's in film. Clockwork Orange is noted for doing this, where there's an act of violence that's being played out, but then they have like this, what is that called? I'm going to take a look at the term, but so they have like this pleasant music that's playing. And then in Clockwork Orange, I forget what song it is, but it's, you know, I think it's singing in the rain, just singing in the. Meanwhile, this group of people bust into this house and straight up terrorize this family, right? So once you can wipe the silliness out from your eyes so you can see this stuff clearly. This is a bully, and he's saying things in a way where he can get away with it, but then there's some people that fall for it, and then they rush the Capitol and break in. So now, a lot of you guys are going to be defending those knuckleheads, and you really shouldn't. You're gonna say there was FBI agents in the crowd. Breaking and entering is illegal. You are breaking the law. Just because you do it for some clown doesn't make it legal. So I don't care if it was all FBI agents in that crowd and one person broke into the Capitol, that one person should go to jail because you're an idiot and you need to be saved from yourself.
60 Minutes, you know, we settled that one for many millions of dollars, and I couldn't have allowed that to take place. They changed the answer that Kamala gave. They took out the entire
They changed your
answer
answers
and they put
too,
another
you
answer
moron.
in. The first answer was election defying. The second answer was not good, but it wasn't a disaster. And they actually did that. They never did it with me.
Which Democrats should Republicans be most worried about going forward in 2028, perhaps?
Well, I wouldn't want to say because that gives that person an immediate boost. It's like when they say, are you going to attack Venezuela? Are you going to attack this one? Are you going to attack?
Yeah.
I say, I'm not going to tell you whether
Yeah.
or not I am. So I don't want to really give you, but I think this. We are doing phenomenally well. This is the greatest economy we've ever had.
That's a lie.
Their talking points, oh, of course they're high, of course they're high.
That's a
By
lie.
the way, the only thing is...
That's a lie. The greatest economy we have, but yet people are losing their health care. People are hungry in the streets. Education is not being funded. And you have a bunch of... What would they be called? I don't even know if it's, is shyster, is that a bad word? I don't know if that's a bad word to say or not, but it's a bunch of people on the take. It's a cool kids club. All these knuckleheads have all the money and all the things. So they're going to defend, or they're going to try to, well, this dude is growing his own personal economy. And you guys are like, yeah, that's the guy. He's okay in my book.
Beef
Coffee.
is a little high because the ranchers are doing great. Coffee.
No, the ranchers, God damn it. The ranchers are the American ranchers. American farmers are losing their farms And those farms are getting picked up by Airbnb of Farms. That's a website being run by J.D. Vance.
Have some coffee come in. We're going to take care of all this stuff very quickly, very easily. It's surgical. It's beautiful.
This tariff thing, if it worked, if it were to have worked, it would, I mean, it makes sense. You're applying pressure to other countries, and the hope is that the price is so high that you have to buy American, or those countries then come here and build factories here. How many factories are being built? Or how many factories that have already been there are being repurposed? Because everyone talks about factories being built. But what about all the old factories that not fell apart, but that are still there, but they're empty because all the work went to China. All the work went to Taiwan. All the work went to Mexico. All the work went to Bolivia.
But our costs are way lower. Now, Walmart came out with a statement that they do every year for many, many decades. And they said that a Thanksgiving meal costs 25% less this Thanksgiving, coming up, think of that, than it did last Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and they're laying off tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
If you remember, when I first came in, the first 2 days I had a news conference, eggs, they were hitting me with eggs. Eggs had quadrupled in price. And they're screaming at me. I just got here.
Let's remember, eggs, there was like some bird flu or something that was happening. So because of that, chickens were dying or eggs were bad or whatever it was that they were saying. So that's why they were expensive. On that note, buy local. Buy local.
About eggs. And Brooke Rollins, our agricultural commissioner, secretary, did a great job. And now eggs are what they were. We got eggs down. We get it all down. But our prices is much.
Do you think it's maybe because the bird flu thing is gone? And now the production, I guess, of eggs is back to normal? So don't you think if the production of eggs is back to normal, the price would come back to normal?
Price is affordability. That's the new word, affordability. It's much less expensive.
That's not a new word. Groceries is not a new word. Affordability is not a new word.
And I haven't been here long. 9 months is not a long time.
You're a moron.
Look at what I've done to energy. Look at the price of gasoline. Going from $4.50 to $2.50 or $2.70, it's going to be $2 gasoline.
People want affordable.
Well, the economy is my thing, and we have the greatest economy in history.
Are Republicans not selling it enough?
Yes, the Republicans don't talk about it.
Yeah, so they need to do a better job on Capitol Hill
The Democrats give false talk, and the Republicans, and I say it all the time.
This is when people say he's a crybaby and all that stuff. This is exactly what it is. You have all three branches of government. You have control of all three branches of government. We're 9 months in. You can't tell me that Democrats have a better social media presence or public presence than the Republicans do. Republicans have been pouring money into outreach. We'll call it outreach, Turning Point USA is outreach to a certain extent to the rich people. The Heritage Foundation, all those people. And then you guys want to say, oh, Antifa. And everyone who is supposedly Antifa, they're like, there's no like Antifa.com. There's no Antifa weekly meeting.
Republicans have to talk about the fact that prices are down. The Walmart thing is very important. When Walmart says
Republicans don't talk about the stuff that they're doing, because then the light would be shown on what they're doing, what they're actually doing. And what they're doing is they're trying to break the government so corporations take over, an oligarchy or whatever. That's what they're trying to do. Let's get down to the skinny of it all. I'm not, and let's get this straight. I'm not convinced that the Democrats aren't in on this play either. My stance is Republicans are pushing to go into some kind of weird techno state that is run by corporations. You're seeing it. Look up Peter Thiel. Look up Elon Musk. Look up all those guys. They're all homies. It's rich people doing things for rich people. It's the same crew. Anyway, so that's what they're trying to do. And then the Democrats, they don't call them corporate Democrats for nothing. They just play a little coy about it. They just play hard to get. But we know where they want to go. They want this oligarchy. They want corporations because corporations have the money. Or it seems like they have the money. But it seems like, from what I understand, there's some people that are doing not just protesting, but they're going to be protesting with their dollars. So it's going to be interesting. This Thanksgiving and Christmas season is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Percent less under Trump than under Biden. To me, that's better than.
So Republicans need to spend more time talking about how great the country is and less time complaining about the Democrats?
We have potential.
It's hard to talk about how great we are when we don't have an education system. It's broken. We don't have a healthcare system. It's broken, and they're about to break it all the way now. It's hard to talk about how wonderful we are when all we do is run around and blow up boats in the middle of the ocean without asking questions. It's hard to talk about how wonderful we are when we have homeless people laying in the streets. It's hard to talk about how wonderful this country is when we don't make anything. All the jobs are being exported. It's hard to talk about how wonderful this country is when you have a president on the take. He's got a new jet. He just bought his homies a couple jets. He's got all kinds of golf courses going in. He's got all kinds of hotels going in. How many hotels do you have going in? How many golf courses do you have? Interesting.
Economy in the history of our country. We have, again, Biden did in just a short period of time.
Oh, sweet Jesus, shut up.
Biden couldn't raise anything. No investment. I think investment went out of our.
From what I understand, Biden's economy created a bunch of jobs. From what I understand, Biden was working on whatever it was. And yeah, dude was old, but so is him. So is he. But Biden was in the political system, and he had relationships, and he was leveraging, and blah, blah, blah. So now this dude is coming in to break everything up, which is fine. Let's break it all up. Let's flush the toilet. Let's, you and me, get in here. Let's break it all the way. Let's get rid of all of those do-nothing politicians that have been in office, Republican and Democrat. If you've been playing this game and no one has gotten richer except you, it's time to go. It's time to go. We have real problems in this country, and we're sitting here waiting for you guys to do something good, and all you continue to do is pick fights, not here, spending money from us, our tax dollars, going to kill people. Our tax dollars, we're about to go to war with who? Venezuela now? You want your tax dollars to go there? They're convincing you that that's the way to go. Instead of fixing education. We could feed people. We could help people. We could educate people if we were to spend the money in the right way. But no, we have to deal with these knuckleheads who are on videotapes and doing all kinds of dumb stuff. and they're being held hostage by other people. So you think that they're going to make decisions that are beneficial to you? You think they're making decisions off of the betterment of America? Everyone else is doing better than we are. They're taking away your education. They're taking away your healthcare. They're taking away your food. They're dirtying the water. They're dirtying the air. How are we going to brag about being the best country in the world, all this stuff, when our house looks dilapidated? For MAGA, that means it's a wreck.
I'm now at almost $18 trillion in 9 months. That's the biggest in the history of the world. China's never done it, never done anywhere near that. And
isn't it crazy? They talk about the economy is great. The economy is great. When Republicans have control of the economy, they say the economy is great because they are killing it. They are killing it. The Democrats say the economy is great because we've created a lot of jobs. The more people that have jobs, the better the economy. Period. In a consumer-based economy, you need as many consumers as possible. Trickle-down doesn't work. What good is having all of these wonderful products on the shelf if you, normal people, can't afford them? But no, it's cool. Economy is great. You guys keep falling for some of the goofiest things.
It's investment. It's building auto plants. It's building AI
And so
plants.
that's what-
By the way, we're leading China by a lot on AI. We have potentially the greatest.
Let's talk about that. AI is being built in, hang on, nice and close. AI is being built here in Silicon Valley. We're about to talk about H-1B visas. He's saying we are beating China in the race for AI. I have been telling you that they have been importing Chinese and Indian developers, programmers, all the things, right? What do you think AI is being built by? Programmers. Americans, we're going to find out. Americans are lazy and they don't have talent. He's about to tell you guys that. MAGA, he's about to tell you that you guys don't have talent, that you're dumb. He's about to say it in his own words. Not mine, his. I want you guys to be programmers. I want you guys to have a great paying job, because the better you do, the better we do. So he's saying we're beating China in the race to AI. Meanwhile, all of our contractors are Chinese and from somewhere else. You guys better wake up. You remember how woke? Remember how you guys hate woke? We're going to go back to the original meaning of woke. You guys are asleep. You guys keep getting your legs pissed on. And you think it's... Is that even the saying? You're getting pissed on, and you have a liar telling you it's rain. And then what's going to happen is they're going to convince you guys that it's us taking the jobs. And I'm just going to keep saying it. I told you so. I told you so. Now get out my face. I told you so. Now get out my face.
Already it is. But when these things open up, there's never going to be a country like what we have right now.
And does that
the
mean
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority
perfect
for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent.
We have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
There you are. MAGA, you untalented. That's your boss. Your boss is telling you that you're not talented, that you don't qualify for these jobs. Maybe you should go pick apples. Maybe that's the only talent you have. Maybe that's why they're continuously taking people that look like me, mistreating them in the streets, and then kicking them out of the country. Maybe that's why. Maybe because your leader is telling you that you are only smart enough to pick his apples. You are only smart enough to do remedial jobs, and then he's taken away the education and all the things. But keep on going. Oh, because school has to be privatized. There's rich people's schools, and then there's schools that you go to. You guys are going to learn in the hardest way possible. How many people have to lose their farms? How many people have to lose their houses? How many people have to lose their existence because they got sick, because they're hungry, because they whatever. And then they continue to tell you guys, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You're going to pull yourself up by the bootstraps only to find out that that's all you have. All you have are these busted ass boots. I don't think you guys understand. Trump, your boss, some of you guys that are saying Trump is Jesus and all this stuff. Number one, that's disrespectful. Number two, your Jesus just got done telling you that you're an idiot on Fox News.
You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off
Then why would you take away education?
Line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
when you and I were
I'll give you an
growing up.
example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people.
But we're the greatest country. We're the greatest country. Shouldn't we make the greatest batteries ever? Greatest batteries. Greatest batteries. Made in America. Greatest batteries. Boy, I can't wait for you guys to be tired of this. I cannot wait.
Batteries, and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
All right. There you go. That's your boy. Your boy told you that you don't qualify for these jobs. The high-paying jobs, you don't qualify for those. We're going to go ahead and bring in other people. We're going to bring in other people from somewhere else because that's America first. America first, we're going to give someone else all the jobs. America first, we're going to put those factories somewhere else. America first, we're going to take away education. America first, we're going to take away help. We're going to take away your retirement. We're going to take away all that stuff. And you guys keep falling for the trick. Hey, that's woke. That's woke. In just a little bit, not even by the end, in the next short amount of time, not even by the end of this administration's time being in control, not even then. I don't even think it's going to take that long. There's going to be a lot of you that find out that, and they, you know what? We didn't even talk about this. He had said that, or they announced that he wanted to create a 50-year mortgage. And then they talked about that 50-year mortgage. So the payments are a little bit less. So then that way you can afford a house for 50 years. You get to play that game, that house game. It sounds a lot like they want to own everything. And they just kind of they're setting you guys up to rent. You guys will be renting. MAGA, you will be renting your trailer park or whatever it is, wherever it is that you live. That mud hole in Florida. They will be renting that to you soon. That part, I don't know. It might take a little longer, but there's definitely planting the seeds for that. They're going to be renting everything to you. Your TV will be rented. Your house will be rented. They want to control all of this. They want to control you, and they're setting the stage for that thing. And you guys continue to badmouth woke, and you will be waking up to the brutal reality that is this administration and what they are trying to do. Take that for what it is. Start taking a look at the facts that they are divesting in America, and they are investing in didn't he just gave, was it not Brazil or something like that? But he gave like $40-50 million or whatever to his homie down in South America, right? You're struggling. You're in food lines. And I laugh to prove my point that you're being sold on a false bill of goods, and you need to wake up. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with each and every one of your friends. And if you want to come hang out with me, watch videos while I work on creative projects, hit that subscribe button and then change the little bell icon so it says all. That way, every time I come out with something new, you'll be alerted. Don't forget to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some dope gear. And with that, I'm out.